Welcome back to Moneymakers. Well, each week here on Moneymakers, we have a look at the initial public offering sector, aiming to keep you up to date with market float opportunities.
This week, our company in focus is Australian Gemstone House. Now, this company has two projects in New South Wales. One is an opal mine and the other produces sapphires. And I'm joined in the studio now by the Australian Gemstone House Executive Chairman, Penina Feldman, to talk about the float. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you, Julia.
Now, this is a very interesting area because we've seen miners and the resource companies doing extremely well in Australia, but we haven't heard of many gemstone miners. So what's this market like?
I think you haven't heard of many gemstone miners because, as of yet, the gemstone industry in Australia is not consolidated. It is not a large-scale industry. At the moment, the industry is very segmented, small-scale, individual prospectors. There are a few companies who have tried to produce sapphires, opals, other gemstones, but as of yet, the industry is not a world-renowned industry in Australia, which is a great pity.
So does that mean that there's a huge potential to develop gemstone mining and the gemstone industry in Australia?
There's an outstanding potential to develop the industry, but with anything that's new and innovative, it takes time for people to appreciate the concept. And what we are promoting is a mine gate to retail so that the miners don't lose on the profit, and that the profit will be and the value adding will come into the picture as we develop the stones.
So you're not only looking at mining the gemstones, but you're looking at taking those gemstone products to market through a retail outlet or selling to retail outlets?
Selling to retail outlets, selling through the rest of the world, selling through home shopping outlets, and we're initially going to focus on America, where there is a very strong coloured gemstone industry, very tight knit, but we feel we have the contacts and the ability to develop Australian gemstones through the American market.
Now, I have a bit of a passion for gemstones, especially diamonds, and I know Argyle diamonds are renowned throughout the world. Now, with sapphires and opals, Australia is well known for its opal mining. Mm-hmm. How well known is it for its sapphire industry? Is there a lot of resources in Australia?
Yeah, Australia produces more than 70% of the world's sapphires, but is not given the credit or the credibility for that production. And it's interesting that you mention Argyle diamonds because there's a company that promoted the industrial diamonds of Argyle, yellow and brown stones, and they call them champagne diamonds, and champagne diamonds are now more expensive than the diamonds themselves. And what they have done for Argyle diamonds, they believe can be done for Australian coloured stones and sapphires and opals. And the marketing company actually ran a test comparative study of Australian gemstones and other similar gemstones in the States, and obviously the Australian stones far excelled. And they have encouraged us to continue with this plan of promoting Australian stones worldwide and developing this industry.
Now, that all sounds very promising. So can you tell us a little bit more about the two mines that you have at the moment?
We have one sapphire mine at the moment, which has 19 million carats of sapphires.
Did you just say 19 million?
Yes, 19.
If you want to pass on another million to me.
With pleasure, with pleasure. We have these also opal tenements that are parallel to the Lightning Ridge opal fields. And we have a top geological team of geoscientists who feel that the potential for these tenements is great, but I'm not so concerned personally with how many carats are there. I would obviously like there to be millions of carats so that we should be very successful. I'm more concerned and concentrating and focusing on the concept of promoting Australian coloured stones worldwide, and I see no reason why Australia shouldn't be in the forefront of the coloured gemstone industry, because the resources in this country are absolutely fabulous.
So it does sound like this is something quite new to the Australian share market. If viewers are interested in finding more information, do you have a website or somewhere they can go for more information?
We do have a website, and if they want to connect themselves to www.ausgemstones.com.au, they're most welcome.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Penina.
Thank you.